Hello, everyone. It is Pat with our Oracle card reading and messages for this upcoming week. Today's the 18th of October. So this is going right in through up through the 24th, 25th of next weekend. And then we still have one more week left in October. It feels like a long month, but anyways, so let's see. I've picked from, of course, the Archangel Oracle card deck. But I felt drawn today when I asked. I was guided to use the Akashic Tarot. And this card deck is very interesting because it's very literal, I find, in terms of what may be going on with the message that it conveys. So let's see. As far as Archangel messages, we started out here with this message of clairaudience from Archangel Zadkiel. And it says, notice the loving guidance that you hear inside your mind and from other people. So it's about listening. And clairvoyance is clairaudience is a form of intuitive messaging that comes in the form of what you hear your guides say to you. So you may be noticing that a lot more. But also, we're also really listening right now. I mean, here in our nation, we're coming up on a very important election in our country, and the presidential election. And now they've been out doing their, well, we only had one debate, but they're doing the talks, where they answer questions from the audiences. I figure they call them like a town hall thing. So we're really paying attention to what's being said and how it's being said. And if it really makes sense. It's like people are really, if they weren't before, they're really listening and honing in on things now even more. Okay. I also feel it has to do with, like, on a personal level, listening to your own inner voice, listening to your own inner authority. Okay. Zadkiel is an archangel who helps us with our intellect, and he helps us to remember things. So he's also an angel of mercy and compassion. So this can be, maybe at the beginning of the week, you're listening to, another family member or a person in your household. It might even be a child that you're dealing with, and you're really listening to what's really being said. Okay. And it urges you to do that. Listen to what's really being said, the underlying issue. It'll sort of bring to your awareness. Okay. We also got the Archangel Ariel for courage. Okay. And it says, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. And with this card, I feel that we might see more women, courageous women, coming forward to stand up for themselves, to stand up for their beliefs, to speak their truth. So we might find more people coming to light. I'm feeling courageous women is what I heard when I looked at that card. And stepping forward to tell the truth about something, okay? Their experience with something that's going to bring things to light, okay? And at a personal level, it just might have to do with the things that you're dealing with this week. The courage to step out of your comfort zone, maybe step into new areas. The courage to come out, period. Let's see. After that, we've got career transition. And it says, it's Shamuel. And it says, your life purpose is triggering a career change. So we could probably reword that to just life circumstances right now for a lot of people is triggering career changes for them, between what's happened with the pandemic, and many businesses have closed up, people are working remotely. So it's triggering career changes, is what I feel about it more than anything else. People are exploring maybe the possibility of new areas for what to do, maybe shifting out of an area you've been in for a long time. So there's definitely some interesting themes going on here. Okay. Ariel's an angel of, she's got a beautiful pink aura to her. And she comes forward with this message of courage because she's kind of like a female Archangel Michael in the sense that she helps to inspire courage in us. And, or for us to act in courageous ways and having the courage of our convictions. Okay. So interesting themes going on this week. So, and I pulled, there were 3 cards that came out for, oh, maybe there was a 4th one, okay, that I didn't see, but I primarily picked 3. All right. And I put these in the order that they came out, right underneath the Archangel cards. So the first one that came out, which is really, you know, kind of like the theme at the beginning of the week, is this up in the air. And it's as straightforward as it sounds. There might be a situation in your life or a particular area of your life that you're kind of looking for the answers to. You're kind of looking to see or get a sense of how it's going to work out. And those answers just aren't there yet. Even as we go into our, holiday season all over the world, there's a lot of things that are up in the air because of this COVID thing. Plans that maybe we would normally make are kind of up in the air. So that's really what this card is about. It's just that there's not enough information to see how things are going to play out yet, okay? To see how it's all going to turn out. So everything's kind of hanging suspended in the balance. That balloon is floating around, doesn't have a place. It's not really known where it's going to land yet. So, and it represents certainly the uncertainty that a lot of us are feeling. And it might be, kind of heightened at the beginning of the week, wishing something would happen that would help you help things to move forward in a direction or give you a better idea of what an outcome is. So it just means that it simply isn't there. That information isn't there. But as things move forward, the next card that came out is the 6 of Scrolls, and it says the Sands of Time. And in this image, the man's kind of like rolling up his sleeves, like he's ready to get to work. And it does certainly indicate that there's maybe issues that come up middle of the week that have an element of timeliness to them. That, you need to take certain actions now, or to, maybe to respond to an email, to set up a meeting with someone. There's a timeliness to, what you got to get in and do. There's an action that does have to be taken. Even if you don't know what the outcome is or where things are going, or you can't see how it's going to play out, there's still action steps that you're going to need to take to move forward in some direction. Where time is of the essence, it's important that you do it now rather than waiting another couple weeks or something like that. So, and he's got there's scrolls there. Scrolls have to do sometimes with legal matters, documentation, things like that, where time is of the essence. Okay. And the interesting thing is that leads us to more towards the end of the week. It's called the Buddha Prepares. And sadly, when I first looked at this, it's a group of a bunch of people meditating behind a Buddha. And when I first looked at it, I kind of got the sense of a bunch of people transitioning, to the spirit world. And I mean, obviously, there's already a lot of that's gone on this year, and there still may be more that we run into as we run into the end of the year. People who are passing because of COVID or complications from it. But also, this card has to do with, it's very much about meditation. And I feel like it has a lot to do on the earth plane with mentally preparing yourself for something, which is why Ariel may have When you kind of have to face something that may be potentially overwhelming or difficult to you or awkward, you have to kind of, you know, you kind of mentally prepare yourself for it. Or maybe it's an interview, given that it comes in right under career transitions. But in any ways, it's a quieter, gentler, form of preparation. And actually, another analogy that comes to me about this is that, like, if you were purchasing a home, like right now, you may not see where things are going to turn out or how it's going to work out, but maybe timing comes into play and you put an offer in on some place. And then it's a matter of preparedness. Like, you start to make the preparations to put in for a mortgage or pack up your home. And, it's not a rushed preparation, but you did have to act in a timely way. Okay. So that was, a metaphor that came to me as I was kind of looking at these cards when they first came out. But one way or another, it's about making preparations in a way that's more, it's not a rushed kind of preparation. It's a grounded, preparing the way. Okay, if we're going to move forward and this is what the direction we'd like to move forward in, this is what needs to happen next. And we can start preparing ourselves for it now. Okay. So anyways, those are some of the issues, or I should say some of the messages that I get, not issues. So beginning of the week, things feel up in the air. You might be kind of tired of it. Maybe middle of the week, you got to roll up your sleeves and take care of some stuff. It might even be just as simple as day-to-day stuff like, okay, we got to get the bills paid. We need to set up these appointments, that kind of something that has to be, this is action where timeliness is of the, timing is matters with it. And then you're making the preparations that you need to make in a quiet, very more grounded way. I want to say stealing yourself, but I don't know that's quite the right phrase to say for, because when I look at people meditating, I think of something that's quieter and more grounded, but it's still like I feel that there may be some mental inner preparation, like stealing yourself for something that, to protect yourself as you go into the end of the weekend. So anyways, those are some of our messages that we got. And this other one that was stuck underneath it that I didn't realize was there was this increscent moon. And it's a moon that's not quite, we just had a new moon. And so I'm going to look at what this is, because keys, 6 of keys. Okay. The moon in the sky points left, growing to full. It's called an increscent moon. It's an exciting time of increase, abundance, and growth. And your efforts have combined with external circumstances, and even the stars have aligned, which is nice. So whatever you're preparing for, looks like it comes to fruition. It can be financial fulfillment, things increasing, abundance coming in. That's always a good way to end things, just like the end of last week with the shower of abundance. That's kind of a similar thing in that way. So anyways, those are our messages for this week. I hope they resonate with you, and it'll be interesting to see how your week plays out. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I look forward to speaking with you all again very soon. Take care, everyone.